Yeah, Jurgen Klopp has been speaking ahead of Liverpool's clash with Man City tomorrow and has hit the headlines for his comments about City's financial power.
You will not like the answer about that, and you all have the answer already. So nobody can compete with City in that. You have the best team in the world and you put in the best striker on the market. No matter what it costs. No matter what it costs, you just do it. I know, City, they will not like it, nobody will like it. You ask a question, but you know the answer. But what does Liverpool need? We cannot act like them. It's not possible. Not possible. There are 3 clubs in world football who can do what they want financially. It's illegal and everything fine, but they can do what they want. Put in, and they will say, yeah, but we have to. But it's exactly the fact. We have to look at. We need here, we need that, and we need that, and then we have to look here and make it younger, and here a prospect, and here a talent. That's what you have to do. And you compete with them. It's not a problem at all for me. It's like it is, but you don't ask me that question because we always open this discussion and in the end it's me telling you. But you all know it. You should know. It's not possible to deal with that. And it will be like this. I heard now the Newcastle, whatever is there, said there's no ceiling for this club. Yeah, right. He tells you he's right. He's absolutely right. There's no ceiling for Newcastle. Congratulations. Some other clubs have ceiling.
Jurgen Klopp there speaking about the financial powers and the state-owned football clubs by multi-billionaires. And what's your take on it, Gabs? Because does he have a point? Or do you think he's a bit rich coming from him, considering the amount of money he's spent at Liverpool?
I think for once, I feel he does have a point. Partly, I feel that, for instance, Newcastle, if Newcastle in the next 3, 4, 5 years qualify for the Champions League, they'll be having bidding wars with Manchester City for players. And the other clubs won't be able to compete, because look at the Haaland deal, the extras involved in it that have gone to probably Haaland's agent, his father, and, that they can't compete, but they have been competing.
Yeah, but of course.
Do you know what I mean? They have been competing, but I understand what you mentioned there as the best team in the world, probably Manchester City, winning the Premier League and then go out and buy Haaland, the best striker in the world. But he went and got Nunes.
Yeah, but they didn't pay £150 million for Haaland.
But they would have. They would have. They were close to spending that on Harry Kane.
Yeah, but then they've signed Haaland for what, 52 million with add-ons and agents fees.
It'll be 150 after his wages added up.
Yeah, but look, Jurgen Klopp has spent a lot of money. He bought Van Dijk for 75 million, Alisson for 66, Nunes 64, Keita 48 million, Diaz 42 million, Fabinho 40 million, Jota 40 million. He's going on like they don't spend any money. I understand he's got the net spend, but what he needs to understand as well is the reason he was able to buy Van Dijk and Alisson was because he sold Coutinho to Barcelona, because Barcelona sold Neymar to PSG, who is now moaning about for 220 million.
Yeah, you're right. And I think it's more of a frustration from Klopp. Like you were neck and neck with Manchester City, and then they've just gone to another level. You haven't been able to buy the midfielders you probably wanted. They've had to wait for Bellingham. Do you know where Man City will probably be like, no, we want a player, we're going to get him. Grealish, 100 million, there you go, no problem. Liverpool probably can't do that. And he's probably looked at how they are now compared to Liverpool, the games tomorrow, and he's thinking to himself, you know what? This team's so much better than us now. And frustrated that he knows he won't be able to get close to this Manchester City team for the Premier League.
But Gabs, they let Mane go.
I know.
It's all right coming out and saying, we can't compete. Well, you were competing. For the last 3-4 seasons. You've been competing. You won the Champions League. You've won the Premier League. Mane, you let go. He was probably their best player.
Yep.
So,
and you
brought in someone this season that cost you £64 million.
£64 million, yeah.
So,
and I don't think he'd be moaning as well, Klopp, if the other way around. If he had the owners that Manchester City have got at Liverpool, he wouldn't be moaning. He'd be looking forward to transfer windows. I need a right back. Well, I'll go and buy the best one. And like you says there, Liverpool has still spent a lot of money. Not as much as Manchester City, but they've spent enough money. But like I says, if Newcastle do start getting into Europe,
you worried about
the Champions
Newcastle?
League, Newcastle are worried for a lot of teams because their fans will call themselves a sleeping giant. But I feel that if they can get into Europe, get into the Champions League, they're going to start after. They will have bidding wars with Manchester City in years to come.